Good morning and night, guys. My name is Miss Sunshine. Welcome back to more of Lake of Voices with Fire. Okay, right now she's on her phone.
That's because I'm looking up a game to see if there's a game called If Everybody Dies.
Ah,
Yeah, that would be cool.
awesome. Okay, so we're going to continue. The four of us continue cautiously over the bridges, only this time the wet, squishing footsteps of the prowler join the sound of our own. In spite of myself, I grip Bemele tighter. The prowler walks without a set pattern, sometimes fast, sometimes slow. It takes long steps, then short ones. At times it stops walking entirely. Does it hurt to be out of the water like this? Or is it trying to be difficult to read? Suddenly the whispering in the lake grows louder. I still myself, trying not to let it get to me. The most important thing in a situation like this is to remain calm. I can't lose my head. Then, all at once, I notice the guide and Margaret have come to a halt.
Bemele, they're stopping.
Bemele slows down as I do, and as we near Margaret's back, she says with something akin to distress.
There's another one.
Oh, God. I tug on Bemele, and he understands. We draw up close to Margaret, ready to protect her if need be, but the guide holds out a hand.
Don't get any closer.
Just over his shoulder, I can see another prowler stumbling toward us, white liquid dripping from its eyes. That is weird. The guy's hand turned over in the air, palm up.
Give me a lantern. We'll throw it.
Okay, we don't have lanterns to spare for you to just be throwing all willy-nilly.
Lanterns, right?
Oh crap, there is. I forgot I'm carrying one too. Okay. Margaret extends her own with a trembling hand when Bemele speaks. Instead, his back is still turned.
If you have to take someone's, take mine.
No, because you have to actually keep up the rear. It's better if somebody in the middle gets theirs up. So
Yes, an extra light won't do as much good when we're standing this close together.
Okay, Kika, that's fine. Margaret takes Bemele's lantern from him, guarded relief displayed on her features.
Thank you.
She hands the lantern to the guy, whose hand grips it tightly, knuckles growing pale.
Stay here. I can't throw it too far, or the light will blow out before it reaches the Nyx.
Ew, so freaky looking. He steps closer to the monster, his movements light and confident. As he nears the prowler, starts to back away. Is it only the approaching light that's making it retreat, or are they afraid of him? The guide is far enough away from us that the fog is partially obscuring him. Hiding his movements, the voices from the lake grow louder and louder. Water suddenly begins to splash across the lake, in the distance and onto the edges of the bridge.
Oh, time to go.
They want him to mess up. I don't notice how tense I am until Bemele eases my grasp on his arm. Then suddenly, the guide takes multiple long and fast strides forward, throws the lantern and jumps backwards to regain the lost distance. There's a sharp kiss and then a deep splash, and the voices of the Nixie grow quieter. Not silent, but quieter. A sigh escapes me, and the guide comes back to our group.
We should keep going before it comes back.
Yeah, we should. And actually, let me save on that too. I am a spastic saver. I have to.
I've noticed.
I have to save because danger could be lurking around the corner at any minute. I glance at Bemele and realize he too is looking relieved at the guide before us. And then I see it. Oh God, you're close. The first prowler. It's still there. It's right there. Pull forward. I shift around, pulling Bemele behind me. The prowler lunges after him, barely missing Bemele, but striking my lantern instead. The fire goes out, and the two of us are plunged into an unearthly darkness. Then there's a slick splash, and I realize the Nyx has retreated into the water. Somehow, Bemele and I are still standing. We're still here.
Kika, thank you.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't mention it. I can't respond. Something cold, wet, and slimy has grabbed my ankle. Kick it off, kick it off, kick it off. I kick my leg out as fast as I can, and the Nyx's hold slips. It can't pull with the momentum I've gained against it. Margaret rushes to my side, her lantern hanging out toward the Nyx. The light brushes his face. We see it for an instant, its eyes wide, and then it slides back into the smooth surface of the water. Alright, Bemele grabs Margaret and I both, helping us towards the center of the bridge and cussing under his breath.
I only looked away for 1 second.
That's all it takes. One
It's
second.
fine, Bemele. We're all fine.
We're all good.
Are you actually alright?
No, I'm not alright. I almost got drowned by some Nyx frogman thing. And
slimy
now
beast.
we're out of lanterns. We're out of 2 lanterns now.
Oh crap, we are, aren't we? We're gonna die. She called it. We're all dead. We're all dead. Margaret cocks her head down, examining my ankle, but there's nothing but a wet smudge around my trousers.
I am fine.
You're gonna turn into a fish man.
Shut up, I'm good. I say that, though I don't actually want to let go of Bemele. I need to in order to relight our lantern and provide us actual safety, but I feel such a strong desire not to be alone in this moment. I shake my head roughly and let go of him, relighting the lantern as fast as I may hold.
Kika, thank you. Again. You saved my life. I won't let this happen again.
You're good.
Okay, so we do have 3 lanterns again.
Yeah.
Hers just went out. It
No,
didn't,
'cause he-
disappear.
Because the guy threw his, and I
Yeah.
think it shattered, but then ours the candle just blew out. We have matches with us.
Yes. Yes. It would be good for all of us to pay more attention.
You know what I would do?
Margaret and
Depending
I
on how many matches I have.
what?
Fire dress. Oh my god. Just walk in flames and just go across that walk and just run.
Just burn to death as you're trying to save people and then die in the process of it. Yeah. Suddenly, it seems like we're all on the same side. It isn't only Bemele and I. She is with us in more than simply presence.
The chicken hungry, you understand?
The guy's voice, as cold as that monster's grabs, ends my train of thought.
We lost the lantern I threw. The Nyx grabbed it after the light went out.
Crap. Margaret makes a noise. I glance over, wondering whether she's upset. But there's a small smile on her face instead.
It's better than them taking anything else.
I think you're right. Maybe she is part of, like, something bigger. That's why we don't know anything about her. A nervous laugh bubbles up out of me and just as quickly stops. Bemele chuckles in response, and our collective tension eases up, the adrenaline draining from our bodies.
We need to keep walking.
And so we shall, sir. The guy starts down the bridge again. We join him. I try to clamp down on the relief, the ease that wants to flood my head. It's not over. The prowler is gone, but so is Bemele's lantern.
You can stay near me, Bemele, since your lantern is lost.
So how about it took you guys days to walk around, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she wanted to go straight,
Mhm.
right? What if she's part of the bandits and she alerted them that there were people coming?
I mean, we don't know. She could be, but we just don't know. All we know is that if I didn't play this through the first time, all we know is that we just have to get across this lake to save this town.
I really, really like their designs.
Right? They're so cool.
I appreciate it.
Margaret goes on ahead of us, but Millie stays by my side as I keep at the end of the line. The breath of release for Margaret and Bemele is quickly swallowed by the somber atmosphere of Simolis as well, replaced by the gravity of the near-death experience. Never mind celebrating his survival. Something like that shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Okay, now everybody just keep walking, because I feel like everybody's just standing really.
Yeah. The memory of the prowlers reaching out towards us appears each time I close my eyes.
Why does it look like something's dripping down their faces?
What the heck is that? Go away.
The
prowlers-
Something 1,000.
No, that's somebody else on scene. The prowlers are on Margaret's mind too. Looking at her pained expression, it's as though the moment of relief never existed at all.
I'm not sure.
Me neither. Something's wrong with them, though.
Say that again.
They live in water. Air shouldn't be good for the things, but they want to drown humans so much they're willing to drag themselves around on land? It's not right.
Of course it isn't. They are monsters. They likely do not understand even the concept of right and wrong.
Well, I don't disagree that there's something very wrong about them. I truly, truly hope that's the last we'll see of the Prowlers.
Maybe. Maybe, maybe not. Something comes to her mind, causing Margaret to end her part of the conversation early.
Since you two have to share a light, wouldn't it be safer to be in the middle?
You're gonna die.
Margaret stops and waits for Vermeille and I to reach her position.
That way, you'll catch the edges of my light and the guides, and it won't be so dangerous if Vermeille loses his position momentarily.
That's a very kind offer, Margaret.
Very. Vermeille's surprise is so apparent. I want to cover his face with my hands to stop him from insulting her. She merely smirks. I think Margaret may be surprised with herself too. Vermeille returns to his usual surety.
As thoughtful as it is, I, at least, am fine with bringing up the rear. I'm used to keeping watch for monsters, and since there are two of us, I can pay attention to the back while Kika focuses ahead.
Why doesn't Kika just give him the lantern? So that way she kind
That
of...
was a thought.
That way she's like in the middle of Margaret's lantern and Vermeille's
Because
lantern.
it's my lantern and I don't want to give it to you. You already lost yours.
I thought you said you were Margaret. In the first part you did.
It's not my light, though, so I shouldn't be the one to decide what she should do with it.
Ooh, so I'm pretty sure we're going to end up making a decision, so we got to think quick. Margaret and Vermeille turn to look at me in unison. Seems like it's my decision. Neither of them are wrong. As for me, my goal is to protect everyone. I can't very well do that with Margaret following behind us. So let's save real quick. Save to this one. Yes.
We can't have Margaret behind because
We
she
really can't.
She doesn't know how to protect or do anything.
Exactly.
It seems
But being stuck in the middle of the group could also be dangerous depending on what circumstances we come across. Getting pincered by the enemy would be an almost sure death, no matter how experienced Vermeille and I are. I just don't know what to expect from this bridge, and that makes things so much more difficult. Oh shoot. The current format has worked. Yeah.
You're staying behind?
like. Ha!
Yeah, that's fine.
Seems like it.
I guess. I don't
If the
know.
monster thing decides to go over the bridge and grab her from the middle, she can't protect herself.
That is
Yes,
true.
I think we'll be good here.
I
But
mean, tie
really,
in there.
Thank you. That was a very kind offer.
Well,
no.
alright.
Because he can't see far behind her.
Exactly. That's why I saved it there, because if we end up dying again, I could just pick the other one.
But
Margaret-
he's also slow. Because he totally forgot that the prowler was behind.
I mean, not really. Margaret respects our decision and trots ahead a bit to catch back up with the guy, he who has paid no mind to the entire affair.
At least I know she would be too scared enough not to look at where she's going.
So, I don't want to sound like a child, but how much longer until we arrive at the halfway point?
Also, I'm guessing you were right. I'm guessing we just take this long bridge across the lake. I thought it was a thing where it's like, the guide will cross and we get on the boat and then we go that way. Margaret chuckles, reflecting the amusement I don't want to vocalize.
We still have some ways to go.
Yeah, we're
Damn.
like, what, 3 minutes in? I suppress my laughter yet again at his pouting response. The gloom we've been under dissipates slightly, like light flickering through the fog.
The first trial tends to be the most difficult. I believe we will only react better from this point on.
What is this, the 6-7 ring of Hades or whatever? How far is this place?
Right? I
I
don't know.
like the way you think.
What?
Then a gleam entered Vermeille's eyes, and he grinned.
I think Kika deserves a round of applause. Her quick reflexes are owed the utmost appreciation.
Are they walking?
Mm-hmm. I think, like, with all this happy music going on, something's about to happen. Something is going to happen soon. There's too much happy music.
It's a game, of course.
He leaned softly into my shoulder, trying to get me to what?
It was indeed a sight. You're quite capable. Vermeille was also a sight, but for very different reasons. The way he froze with his mouth all agape was a laugh in itself.
He was trying, okay? Vermeille shakes a fist at Margaret in mock anger, then shoots me an affectionate look.
You should know, she and I are usually on equal footing.
He's trying to flirt. It's adorable.
The only reason you had footing at all is because she pulled you back.
Vermeille laughs self-consciously, scratching his head.
That's very true. You can always count on Kika.
Yeah. They keep saying that, but I am pretty darn sure something is about to happen.
Yeah.
I keep my eyes steadily ahead, unsure how I should respond. I'm pleased, almost grateful to hear what they think of me, but I don't know what I should say that wouldn't seem pathetic.
The exorcism of Kika Rose.
No? What the heck? Instead, I contribute the best way I can. I keep my focus on the path ahead of us.
Because she goes insane. From the monster prowlers, spirits go through her body.
No, we're not even going to think that. Without a response from me, the conversation quickly dies out. Still, it eases my heart to be on such friendly terms with my companions. And back to this bullcrap. After some time, I noticed Margaret isn't keeping up with the guide as much as she was before. I realize it's because the guide has increased his pace. Margaret begins to jog in an effort to keep up with him, and Bemelia and I do the same. Despite this, the guide keeps getting further away. We go faster and faster until suddenly we're full on sprinting across the slick wooden boards. Figures in the dark fog fly past us at a blur, and it occurs to me the branching paths in the bridge appear to be sinking. I try hard to swallow my rising panic. The guide shouts something, but is drowned out by the frantic pounding of our footsteps. I'm trying to piece together what he said. Don't, stop, turn. When he takes a masterfully sharp right turn down a different path using his own momentum and sleek wood to slide into a new direction with no loss of speed. Margaret must not have worked out the warning either, as she is completely caught off guard by the guide's changing course. She runs straight ahead, past the turn, and continues down the path we've been following up until now.
No! Why would you do that? You seen? Okay, you're surprised that he turned right. Okay, when you realize that he turned right, why do you keep walking straight?
No, the thing is, like, they're running super fast at this point, trying to keep up, so she almost couldn't stop herself because he just did like an immediate.
I feel like one of them are gonna fall in the water.
Yes, might be her. She clumsily begins to halt her momentum down the wrong bridge. Then I come upon the fork. Shoot! I make a hard turn, following the guide and leaving Margaret at the rear. No. Bemele's footsteps stay as loud as they were before. He's made the turn, as close behind me as ever. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Margaret turn around to try to come back to us, only to have the bridge in front of her fall away. I slow down for a breath, feeling the impulse to turn back, but ignore it. There's no time. Margaret can make the jump, and then she'll rejoin us. Crap, I should not have done that. I keep my eyes glued to the guide's back, ears perked for Margaret's footsteps approaching behind us. And then I hear it. A scream. I whip around, sliding to a stop. Margaret's sinking. The bridge she's on is sinking into the water. She's disappearing. She didn't jump.
What are you doing?
Margaret's head shoots up. Her face drains of all color.
Jump!
She stumbles near the edge of the bridge, staring at the placid water of the lake. Even from a distance, I can see her shaking. I can't say if it is from the bridge's descent or her own fear. She barely seems to remain standing. I swallow painfully. Margaret bends and tries to jump. She curves in a small arc, achieving more height than she should, and lands directly in the lake with the muted splash. Well, crap. We gotta go get her. Bemele stands behind me, but I grab his hand and pull. We start running again, leaving Margaret flailing in the water behind us. Why? We don't need to watch this. We both know exactly what will happen to her now. Margaret's anguished cries pierce the night. Then the screaming stops. My legs grow weak. Inevitability? Oh, so it was inevitable. Dang it. It isn't right, but I push myself to keep going. Bemele curses between heavy breaths, calling those things every foul name in his large book. I try to focus on the pounding of my feet, but my brain won't cooperate. Instead, I imagine Margaret's terror as she is clawed to pieces by the next sea. After everything I didn't help her, we left her in the dark. As the night wears on, our strength rapidly fades. How much longer will this last? People have to rest sometime. Almost as if in response to my thought, the guide abruptly halts. I skid to a stop as well, sliding on the surface of the wood.
Why did we stop?
Bemele's voice is tired, but his guard is up. The guy doesn't answer, just stares at something slightly out of view. I step up to join him, following his gaze further down the path. Ooh, who are you?
A random person who's alive, or a
There.
random Nixon who can transform into a person and eat us.
That'd be kind of cool. There, curled in a little ball, illuminated by the lantern's light, cowers a person. His hand grips his head, and he rocks from side to side, mumbling incoherently.
It's a man.
Well, that's for darn sure. Let's go ahead and save, okay?
We kill one just to gain another.
Yeah.
I really do.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Who, Kika or
I
Mark?
couldn't. I just couldn't. Please. I'm sorry.
I'm struck with an array of questions. What is going on? Why would he wander out into these bridges on his own? Did he make it this far by himself? Were there others with him? If that's somehow the case, I can't blame him for the state of shock he's in. The man stops mumbling. He glances above him, seemingly only just now having the strength to lift his head. His expression, the deepest sadness, along with the clear markings of terror, are scrawled across his face. I stare at him in shock, not sure what to do.
Leave him.
Well, we've already left one person. I don't think we should leave another. I snap my eyes away from the man and
Wait,
instead to the guy's cold
There
and
are
play.
3 people now, right?
Yeah.
He said one of y'all gonna die. We put 4 people back up. One of y'all gonna die. He ain't with us.
We can't just leave him here.
Why not?
Without light, it's certain he'll die.
He
Exactly.
won't make it regardless.
Well, dang. The guy turns to look at us, his eyes seeming to glow from the closeness of his lantern. For the first time, I feel uncomfortable at his presence.
Whoever shelters him will only risk dragging themselves down with him. Leave him.
Okay, I'm going to save again. I am going to save again only because, like, I want to save him. I really do. I don't want to follow the guy. But here's the thing. If we die, it's already saved. I glance at my partner,
Your
rebellious
humanity
outrage.
will not be saved.
I'm trying to think of some kind of compromise when the guy speaks again, his voice cutting.
If the man comes, then whoever is shielding him will have to remain at a distance from the rest of the group. Far enough that you can't see me, just my light. That is how you will travel across the bridges.
Well,
I didn't agree to lead this man, and I won't. If you ask me to, I will leave you all behind.
Well, shoot. Okay, sorry. I guess we'll have to leave him behind. Adrenaline surges through my veins, and it's a painful reminder that the guide isn't here to save our lives, but merely to show us the way. We're on our own. Actually, I really do want to save him, because what if we can save him and still survive? Vermilly and I frantically share more
But he
looks
said
with-
that he was sorry, right? What
Yeah.
I'm going back to the thing again. He said that he's trying to save these people from bandits, right?
Yeah.
So, dude was like, hey, give us your people. Give us all your money. And we'll leave you other people alone, eh? No, like, think of like a chief, right? You're trading corn for protection.
Okay.
So, I want 3 bags of corn now for protection for you.
Kind of. Let's get back to the story.
I'm doing a bad analogy.
No, it's fine.
Pretty much he's the reason why the bandits are coming.
No, okay, so I think the bandit situation is completely separate from whatever's going on.
You told me it, so I'm just going with it. It's kind of like the Walking Dead scenario. Dude gave up the kids for protection.
Oh, yeah! Okay, I remember. Say no more, because there's one episode I still gotta finish. Say no more. But Melanie and I frantically share more looks between each other, trying to communicate without words. Neither of us have a desire to speak and be the first to make a choice. The man is standing now, though still hunched with his arms wrapped around himself, as if expecting a blow. He stares at the ground rather than at us. Because of this, I'm having trouble reading his face. What exactly happened to him?
Are you well, stranger? Do you know where you are and why you're here?
Nope. He glances up, not at me, but towards me, his eyes resting somewhere near my collarbone.
I'm fine. You all can go on your way.
Forget you even saw me here.
That's absurd.
Wow.
You have no way to defend yourself. We can't leave you.
Bye.
Yes, I'm sure in your eyes I might not seem like much, but that's not exactly a fair shake. Maybe in a perfect world, every man would be as large as you. But that's not how things always go. Doesn't mean I'm defenseless.
That is also true. The man's response is meandering. The words, meandering, good lord. The words themselves seem to be in good jest, but he's still barely looking at us. Fidgeting with his hands, Fameli frowns, unimpressed.
It was a joke.
He smiles hesitantly, making eye contact with each of us for the first time.
What
I'm
part of
leaving
it
you.
was supposed to be the joke? Do you even realize what is happening in this moment?
A lot.
Never mind. Forget that too.
Aww.
Point is, I'm alright.
You have found yourself out alone and unlit on Sinlos.
Exactly. Something must be wrong with you.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh no, sounds like you've been talking with my father.
He lets out a weak little laugh, coupled with an eyebrow raise, voice trembling. No one really knows what to make of this.
Why are you on this bridge?
Exactly. There's the question. The man gives a small wave and begins down the path we came. Fameli huffs, tossing his hands into the air.
That's not even the right way.
It is for me.
Oh? You must have come quite a ways if it was the other shore you started on.
Could have been. The man's smile grows.
Good. That's not so bad.
There is no response to this remark, unsure of what could be said.
I still think he should come with us. A person needs a light, and the guide himself said he won't be able to manage on his own. Sticking with us is his best option.
I look over the man's body, noting the scrawniness of his limbs. Scrawny, but not necessarily lacking in muscle. The bravado he was showing as he tried to leave us has faded yet again. And now he's standing quietly, looking at us as if watching a play. Oh my gosh, let's save! Oh my goodness, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna make me choose. I don't know.
Push you on the wall.
I was gonna say, if he makes us choose, what should we choose? I really want him to come with us. I really think we can save him.
Why don't you walk all the way in the back where you can barely see the light? That we had to run after this guy apparently, and we lost Margaret because of it.
Well, not because
That dude started running out of nowhere.
Oh, you mean the guide? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Interest, but no true connection to the events.
It's easy for you to say such things, but whose light are you offering?
Oh, that is, yeah.
It's not
true.
mine, and you are putting her in even more danger with your own presence already.
Whatever. Mamele's hands turn into fists. He looks away but doesn't say anything for a moment. No one does. I feel a cold sweat on my brow as what I fear comes to pass. He's stopping us from protecting another. Why must he get involved now? Why can't he not leave us to make our own decisions?
You. Don't worry about me. I'll be on my way now.
Aww. The man's voice is full of something I cannot place. And he starts to shuffle back down the way he came, arms still clenched around himself. I know the guy wants to act as though there is no option. However, I can stay back with him. It'll put Mameli and myself at a significantly more risk, but at least this man will stand a chance.
Do nothing.
Okay. I can't risk it. No! No! Oh, I hate this so much. Thank goodness I saved, but I'm going to save in another slot just so I can go back and see what that option was. I'm so serious. Fameli stares at the man as he leaves. We both watch him drag his little frame down the bridge, quickly fading from sight. We had to let him go. We've already suffered the loss of one of our own. The space the man vanished into is dark and silent. We can see and hear nothing of him, not even his footsteps. The guide was right. There are no other options. Well, that is what I have to believe. We need to get through this somehow, and being weighed down with guilt will only distract us. The guy starts moving again at a quick pace. Alright, I think, yeah, I'll save it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, alright. I'll save it there. And I think I'll probably just go ahead and end the video here. Yeah, I'm gonna continue with this.
He should have never been on that bridge in the first place.
He shouldn't have, but I want to know more about it. Like, why was he there?
Obviously, he's either taking this bridge path before, or he's looking for suicide.
Like, maybe he took it with somebody else, but something happened. See, we don't know anything. We're just drawing conclusions. We don't know
guy
anything.
is the only person who knows how to use these bridges.
And he's creepy AF, so.
Yes. His father was creepy too. Apparently, his father didn't have the nerve to name him or care about him.
No, his father named him. He just never said his name. The father's name?
No.
The guy's name?
Yeah.
He said he doesn't have a name. Like, the father named him, but the father just never gave him credit. Basically, he almost, like, disowned him.
Well, maybe.
So I don't know if he did
called
something.
him a bastard instead. Maybe
Well,
he called
Melee
him by
already
no
did
name,
that.
saying that you don't need a name. You are nothing. Therefore.
And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. So thank you guys so much for joining us for this. And until next time you meet, stay sunny side up, guys. Bye.